And that's not enough of the conversation has been along those lines.
No, because yeah, even though he did have that good season, and well, it was in, the postseason wasn't he? It was really good.
Yeah.
Even with that, I guess it still doesn't quite really justify the money, does it? I mean, you could always say they won the World Series, but this now aftermath of it is like, yeah, I mean, you know, it does not look like a good contract anymore. It briefly looked like a good contract for like, half a season pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where they've backed themselves into the.
Oh, it's
Well,
actually
it was a
did they give
reward
it to
for.
him after?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
He
so it
was
was
a free
actually
agent after
it
the
was
World Series.
after he. So it actually no contract did it. Sorry.
No, last year was his first year of it, and he was injured a lot and bad when he pitched.
Yeah,
I guess he was probably pitching to injury and stuff, but
I guess it's a classic. What a lot of teams do though, isn't it? Like the Giants have ended up with, where you win the World Series and then reward people with big contracts. Although they rewarded him, but haven't rewarded Mookie Betts.
yeah, that's the bit that
Is
should
the
really be
thing? Yeah,
contentious. I mean, it,
yeah,
there's just a thing with Mookie Betts that he's not quite Mike Trout, and we've spoken on these podcasts over the last year about his great 2018 not necessarily being his like what to expect from him,
yeah,
but he is like he's definitely in
yeah. I
the
mean,
top five players in
you,
baseball. He might be, like I said earlier, second to Trout.
yeah. Like you probably expect his 2019 season. I'd say that's not completely outrageous. And he had a 6.8 WAR.
Well, I think that,
Like
yeah,
you
I
expect him
think
to
he
do
is one of
that
those
for
players.
another few years.
He is one of those players to me that is just pay him what he wants.
Yeah,
Shut up and pay him what he wants.
there's very
In
few,
this
isn't there?
circumstance,
Yeah, he's still only 27 as
um,
well.
you can kind of understand because of the luxury tax stuff. Yeah, exactly. Like I know why they want to avoid the luxury tax, and I know a lot of people would be angry for wanting to avoid the luxury tax. Whatever your views on that, I think that the way they should have dealt with it should have been we will do whatever we can to get under the tax, but we are not trading Mookie Betts. We'll pay him, and then we'll fit stuff around him because that's the
Yeah,
player that you can't replace.
yeah,
You,
exactly.
like Mookie Betts, they didn't get Bryce Harper, did they? Bryce Harper's not as good as Mookie Betts, and him hitting free agency at that age sent the whole of the baseball world into frenzy.
Yeah,
Those players, that doesn't happen. There's not doesn't have. You can't get Mookie Betts again now. He's gone. Like,
yeah.
what are you gonna do? I don't get it.
It's a weird one, isn't it? With the Red Sox sort of being like really cheap, given that they are like one of the most famous franchises and like one of the biggest franchises and stuff. It's just quite incredible that they're so
That's why
cheap.
it's such a bad look for baseball. I think, Joe.
Yeah,
That's why
because
I
it's not
don't
the Rays doing
like
this
it.
that everyone expects and stuff, or or like the Twins or someone. It's the Boston Red Sox with like
Yeah,
play like the most famous ground in baseball and everything.
yeah, and it's the superstar is one of the guys who was the face of them coming and playing in London last year as well. Like, there's so much that reflects badly on baseball. It has been an awful off season for Major League Baseball. Like
Yeah,
the the optics seems to be the buzzword that people use in sport these days, and it's a stinker. I mean, the bets one is weird. I think it's also the discussion around it, and we're contributing to it. Um, but it's like there's a massive trade in the NBA. Like a superstar gets traded, and there's whispers about like the negative side of it, about players having too much power, whatever. But it's mainly, oh my God, look, this is exciting. In
yeah,
baseball, the majority of the coverage of this bet deal, there was a bit of look at the Dodgers lineup, isn't it crazy? Yeah, but it was mainly what the hell are they doing? I think it's
yeah,
because there's no salary cap does change it. But if you compare like Anthony Davis, for instance, another superstar who ended up going to Los Angeles, um, it was kind of like, well, the Pelicans were stuck. He was either going to walk or they traded him. Okay, he asked to move.
yeah.
This one just it leaves a very different taste, and I'm not sure I can entirely articulate why.
Well, as you say, it's basically because it was the Red Sox's choice.
Because they
To
weren't
do it.
really forced, I
Well,
suppose.
and I guess also the other thing is, as I said, is that you felt they should have got more back. I mean, for example, like well, in the Chris Sale trade, what the White Sox got back in that, um, I mean, Moncada's taken a while to break through, and Kopech had his injury, but like potentially, I mean, this year coming may be the year where we now see, like, with Kopech back and Moncada's good now, where we see like, okay, yeah, like now there's a justification for that. Whereas with the Mookie Betts trade, they're not going to get any, like, none of the players they traded for are going to be as good as Mookie Betts or close, or even all of them combined may well not be as valuable as Mookie Betts. Um,
Yeah,
so that's one side of it, I think. Yeah, but and also mainly the fact that it was their choice. Like, they could have just paid more money if they wanted to. They could have extended him, but it was their choice not to. Whereas, like you said, with Anthony Davis, they had both things where it's basically it felt like their hands were being forced a bit of it. Really, like it didn't make sense to keep him anymore. And then also the stuff they got back means that already you can see, like, the next era of them being good.
yeah, I think that's the really big thing, and um, it's why maybe in the short term getting Verdugo, who could be an all-star this year, who knows? Um, it's in the short term that kind of helps with the PR, I think, for the team, but in this case, it doesn't. You should just take the hit. I don't think having Verdugo is cheering up any Red Sox fans. It would have been better for me to like if they took some
Uh, Sorry, the connection's got a bit bad.
years we go, yeah, well that was the Mookie Betts guy.
Yeah, I didn't actually catch what you just
But
said.
instead, basically they should have taken people from lower down
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Although I did just look
with
at Verdugo, and he has um, he's still got like 5 years left of team control. But yeah, I guess it seems like it's unlikely he's going to be like a superstar. But you know,
I don't know, maybe it's just I would expect that you'd get Verdugo and then some other like more stuff, not just like two otherish prospects. Like they gave up two really high level play. Just feels so underwhelming to me.
I
So
guess
underwhelming.
Jeter Downs was very very good last year. So like he is
Yeah, it was, yeah.
that level. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe they'll break out, have big breakout years. Then it'll look like a genius move. But from here, it doesn't. Um, yeah, as you would mention though about the terrible off season for baseball. Should we talk about the Astros for a bit?
Yeah, we
Because
could try.
that's an even worse look, really, isn't it? That's the big thing. Like it completely ruined the reputation of a lot of the big superstars. I mean, I know, you like a lot of like other people's favorite players, or from teams that they don't support. What Astros players? Like I know you really liked Alex Bregman and stuff, and
Yeah.
and
I just really like their whole team.
yeah,
I
I
like
like the Astros. Yeah,
a lot of their players. They seem to enjoy playing baseball, which was really good. Like
yeah,
I know it sounds silly, but they played with a smile on their faces, which is not what you get from every team.
yeah. And basically, this is now going to like be they're just going to be remembered as cheating, which is sort of a shame in a way. As I saw people, someone tweet something about this the other day about like that it's a shame that that you shouldn't forget that even though with this stuff obviously gave them an advantage. Um, the way they'll run and the stuff they were doing, that was still good. It was like not all of them being good was down to the dustbin and stuff. Like they
I'm
did
sure that went down well.
yeah I don't know if there was that much response to it. I think maybe I saw someone. It might have been one of the journalist people actually. One of the relatively big journalists, like quote tweeting it, like agreeing with it, basically. Um, yeah, and I can
Yeah,
imagine a lot of people will hate that because a lot of people now are just
I agree with that.
yeah
I do. I'm definitely sympathetic towards that. I also, if I had a half decent Twitter following, wouldn't post it at the moment because the amount
no
of vitriol directed at anything Astro related is insane. I mean, I get why fans are angry. Um, I'm talking specifically about the fans at the moment. I think we should come on to the players' response in a bit because that's really been interesting to me. Um, but fan-wise, some of it is a bit over the top. Um, I've seen people suggest they should be banned from the postseason for multiple years, particularly in light of Manchester City's ban for financial fair play.
yeah
Um, then why would they play any games though?
yeah because that's the thing
Like
is because that's different. That's different to Man City being banned from the Champions League because they
they could
still
still
play in the
win a
league.
domestic treble every year. Like,
Yeah,
what's the point?
because
Uh,
it's only one competition. You basically ban them from competing.
and the other point, the issue I have with this is you're then punishing the fans. You're punishing a lot of the Astros who were involved in this aren't there.
Yeah,
The roster's quite different. They've already sacked their GM and coach. My problem with imposing punishments on them for 2020 is you're punishing the wrong people and you risk killing a franchise. Baseball trying to grow, they do need to be seen to deal with this properly, but I don't think the way to try and make baseball more popular is just go, right, Texas, one of your teams now, we're just going to pretend you don't exist for 2 years. That doesn't seem like a good idea.
no,
I don't know how that helps, really.
yeah. I don't really know what they should do, to be honest. Like everyone's saying, oh, they should do more, but like all the ideas I've heard are just sort of
They're crap.
yeah, like it's not going to
To,
help.
to put it
What's that
kindly,
do?
most of the suggestions I've seen are crap. My favourite one is this, they've got to strip them of the title. And what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean
It mean,
the way that a lot of people are anyway. People will just say it's like not legitimate anyway. So what's really the difference between them officially giving it back and everyone saying, you know, knowing that they cheated?
yeah, is
Uh,
it literally you make them take it off their Wikipedia page? They can't say that they were World Series winners? Like,
yeah,
is that what we're doing? Because that sort of pettiness, to me, well, pettiness is exactly what it is. That again doesn't help with making the game look good. It makes the game look stupid. We're going to then just, because you can't then give it to the Dodgers. I mean, that's ridiculous.
no, I don't think the Dodgers players would want that really.
So you then go the 2017 Major League Baseball season, no one won.
Yeah, to be honest though, there are things like that in. Or there's basically I think probably for the whole history of baseball that people are cheating somewhere or another. It's just occasionally a team gets found out and then it becomes a
Yeah,
decent controversy. Like there's all sorts. There's like other times though, isn't there, where isn't there other years where the World Series like didn't happen? Like there have been things like that before where you just go, yeah, there was no winner this year. Um, but yeah, it's it's quite a difficult one. As you said before, the whole sign stealing thing anyway is a weird thing. Like
well,
it's
it's a
accepted as
grey
part of the
area.
game if you're not using video technology. It's accepted as a part of the game, which I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know how much I I agree with that or not. It's like I get it does it does basically ruin the game. Yeah, if everyone know what pitch is going from watching TV, but also